go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh. Right. Kiddie Winkles. No, don't want that there. So, right. I'm hoping we're connected. Off. Very funny. Right, I think we're there. Seems to be working. Can't get live chat to work though. Hello, Lawn Bowler UK. Trying yet again, different bit of software, and yet again we have a failure in Watson Link Soil Searcher. Good evening to you, gentlemen. I'll just drop this pop out over so I can see. Okie dokie, gentlemen. I'm afraid there's a big black window in there saying not connected, and I don't know why. So I don't know. I said I don't know. Right click to configure this source. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Me and technology, I just don't cut it. I don't know. How on earth do you configure it? I got a new idea. No, he says wandering through the settings. Just bear with me, I'll get there one day. Chat should be working. Live stream, hang on, there we go. That might actually work. Oh, look at that, look, I got it to work. Well, honey hush, it's working. See if I can. How do we make this a bit bigger? I don't know, lads. It's above my head. I'm assuming you can't see this black box I've put in front of my face. I don't think that'll show through, but just try to make the. I'm sure I can make the text size. There we go. That'll be a bit better, won't it? Right, I think we're there. Cooking on gas. Everything looks fine. Brilliant. Right, time for a celebratory slurp. Mad Christian Metal Detecting, good evening to you, young man. Link Soil Searcher, that's better. Sorry. Troubles I had with the last time where things weren't working. It was Streamlabs OBS Studio. This one is XSplit, which I had to pay a little bit to it to make it work without a watermark. It's got basically the same features, and in theory they work, because my little subscribe thingy comes up over there, and if I push this button, my little give it a thumbs up works. So chat, thumbs up, remember to subscribe. I think I'm not going to push it anymore, we're going to go with that. So people, how are we doing? Anybody been out? Anybody found anything amazing? iDetect finally uploaded after 2 weeks. Any reason, or did he give any reason in the video to say why he was 2 weeks absent? Lawn Bowler UK not being out yet. Well, sorry about the last video, chaps. Wasn't very productive, but there's a reasonable learning curve with Pitch 101 with Gary's XP Skill School. No, must confess I've been doing other things. Planned on going out and then didn't. Good evening, Anne. Good evening to you. Nice to see you. Hopefully actually I got with this software, look, I can put my hands right out to the full width of the screen, which is fantastic. On the other one I had like a little window about here where if I put my arms out I'd disappear, I'd be armless. So hopefully an improvement. This software, I don't know whether you can notice anything different in audio or video. Comments, reports would be grateful, please. Hopefully you can see your comments coming out on screen. Just that away, although it's pretty cool, and I wasn't able to do this before. Is your audio okay, people? Can you hear me, mother? I can do other things, I can swap between scenes, but we won't get too technical on the first attempt. Lawn Bowler UK, sound quality excellent, video quality excellent. Like a professional YouTube channel. No, by no means unprofessional. No. YouTuber. Yeah, I'll get your drift. Looks clear, sounds okay. I just asked about the audio because it all seems to be a little bit distorted, just clippy when I play it back. I don't know whether you hear that or whether it's just after YouTube render the thing when it goes up to their servers. And writings in yellow, can read it, hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much. Love the top. Oh, I can't get used to this screen, it's brilliant. I know I keep on about it, but if I, on the old software, if I went too high, my head would sort of go through, and I've got full width, look, full width, full height. There's a t-shirt. Thank you, Ian, for that. Merch will be available soon. Detecting Jester clears the barrel this end. Evening all. Good evening to you, sir. We'll give it another couple of minutes. One thing I haven't got is a little number above my head saying how many people are on YouTube at the moment. I'm sure it probably does that, but I've yet to find it. I think we can live without it this week. On my other screen says 9 watching. Don't forget to give thumbs up, please, people. And if you haven't, please subscribe. God, there, look at that. Nearly professional. What do you think of me very quiet meadow then? That was horribly quiet. Well, for good signals that was. Plenty of rubbish. Screen freedom. Yeah, I can stretch. Now, I must confess, I set all this software up about Friday time, so I think I went live once or twice during the week, but that was just like a test live, just messing about with different software programs, and decided on this one. I must get my makeup artist in, look, I'm perspiring, and settled on this one. I was setting it up and fiddling about with it, and I've not really done much to it for 3 or 4 days, and I'm in a rush like I normally am. About 10 to 9, oh my god, I've got to set everything up, so green screen, lights, everything else, fire the computer up, get the software working, and was all my bells and whistles working? No, they weren't. And could I remember how to do them? No, I couldn't. So it was a bit of a scrab, but it just got there by the skin of my teeth. I hope I went live at 9. YouTube done its usual trick. I've got a YouTube live window open and it didn't go live on that window. I had to open another one and go live, so that seems to be normal for YouTube. Anyway, we're here. Link Soul Searcher. Oh, it's a real edge of the seat cliffhanger, the last video. The finds, well, I've never found so little. Anywho, it's about 12 minutes past. The topic, which was suggested last week, is cleaning, preserving and storing finds. And I don't know whether you mean coins or artifacts, or I'm not sure what, but who's going to get the ball rolling with cleaning, preserving and storing finds? Lawn Bowler UK, if I'm not commenting much, it's because I'm looking for something. We're all looking for something. Whether we find it or not, I don't know. I can actually lean back a bit and still be in frame. It's brilliant. So, cleaning. How do you clean your coins? Let's start off with coins. How do you clean your coins? Do you clean your coins? If you clean them, do you use anything to preserve them? Do you add anything to them, or don't you bother? Very funny, Lawn Bowler. I wondered how long it would take for you to come in with a very pithy comment. Link Soul Searcher. No, there's nothing wrong with the program. It's just that meadow, I've only been up once before. It was quiet then. I think I found a penknife and a American coin and something else. And this time round it was a bit of a get my head around the pitch program, Gary's Pitch 101, but there was just no decent signals. But I've since been told in the comments that one signal which turned to rubbish I should have dug. So I'm going to change my mindset, and if I get a good signal going off dodgy, I'm going to dig it, because people keep saying dig it. I'm not going to go back to that meadow anytime soon. So it was very hot and very fruitless, shall we say. Lemon juice, cotton bud. To be serious, lemon juice, really? It's acid, isn't it? Some people just use distilled water and a toothpick. And Christian metal detecting, being a relative newbie, not sure about cleaning, more here to learn. Right, so there we are. We have a person here who needs some help, so we need your outpouring of good information, please. And Ian's not quite sure either, but to be fair, I've got a couple of things I do. Whether I did try what do you call it, where you get you got a phone charger and you connect it up with the find and a sacrificial silver spoon, and that does its business. But I did wreck one or two things, but it was only a test, so I didn't go there again. I got something which is supposed to be silver which turned out pink, so whether I left it in too long, I don't know. And soaks them in olive oil after a good wash. Some people use that. Actually, I had an email from Regton, Nigel, and they've got some new cleaning or preserving stuff. I think preserving stuff which is in small containers. Not quite sure about that because never had no need to use it. Lawn bowler, bicarb of soda. Main bits still have small spots, silver coins won't come off. Anyhow, any ideas how to remove them without damage? Small spots on silver coins. What are we talking about? Silver. You're not talking hammered, are you? What are you talking? Just like earlier coins or later coins, should I say? Lemon juice soaks Rome in lemon juice 10 days. Ooh, just a bit. Ooh, you know, acid, lemon juice. Will you have a Roman coin left after 10 days? I'm sure that's good. And clean silver, soda crystals and tinfoil. Yeah, the old method of a bit of silver foil and a bit of and doing that with the till you get the egg smell. That helps a bit. Tom Nunn, evening to you, sir. Nice to see you. Glad you can make it. Old sixpence. Well, yeah, I did find a shilling, and that was a 1914 shilling. That looked like that had been rubbed, fairly like someone held it and rubbed it, and I just thought, you know, going a bit romantic, that somebody who went to the First World War had it or something like that, and I buffed it up. I just cleaned it up. I shouldn't, but I think I used a clean, mine's clean, not Brasso, but something similar. So it's nice and shiny now. But that's just my little, I don't know, not a lucky charm, but it's just something I carry around with me now. Ultrasonic tank. Yeah, I've heard they're sort of either useful or completely useless. Tom Nunn, spit on tin foil, yep. Yeah, give it a good rinse afterwards and dry off with a kitchen towel. Lawn bowl's going to try that now. If you get a good, I think the silver foil has, you've got to use the dull side of the silver foil, not the silver side, not the shiny side. Get a bit off, excuse me, give it a good puh, and then put your coin in, close, you know, cover it up, and then just give it a rub round and round. And if you get the smell of rotten eggs, then that's doing something. Yeah, silver, Tom. Lawn bowler's going to do a live tinfoil rub on a silver coin. I'm not quite sure whether that'll go very well on sort of later silver. I know hammered, I've had a couple of hammered which were quite dull and horrible, and I've just done a very careful spit and tin foil, and that just brought it up a bit, but left enough in so you can tell what it is and read some detail. Zinc coins easily damaged, yep. Both sides. Your lawn bowl in your case, I think that sixpence, you've probably got it as clean as you're going to get, and there's just the odd spot of crustacean or something on it. Some people soak and then try and pick off with a toothpick. So our lawn bowler's rubbing away with his silver foil. We'll carry on. White storage. Personally, I haven't got any storage. Thought about it perhaps, but do anybody have those little chests, you know, with little pull-out trays for all the coins? Don't think I've got enough to fill a tray, let alone a whole set of them. Oh well, I've got 9 people according to YouTube, which are listening to me waffle on. So anybody else do story coins? Got any storage cabinets, trays, drawers? Or are we having a tumbleweed moment? Link Soul Searcher. Oh, I've never heard of that Link Soul Searcher. Tourmaline. So Lawn Bowler UK says that worked brilliantly. Really? What did you use? What coin did you use the spit and foil on? Digger One's in the house. You're late, mate. 21, 22 minutes past. What on earth have you been doing? Nice to see you anyway. Thanks for turning up. We're talking about cleaning, preserving and storing finds. I've just kicked the ball off with saying coins to start with, because I don't know how you actually clean and preserve artifacts. It depends what you get, I suppose. In the bath, blimey, it's your birthday. Is that your birthday today, Digger One? Off. And coins in plastic pockets, everything else in the box. Lawn Bowler, 1950 sixpence, and now a 1936 sixpence. Yeah, detecting jester must be bath night. Yeah, bath and bed. Anybody read your story? Digger One, preserve coins. Yep, that's what I've heard of. Renaissance waxes, that's what it's called. I don't know whether you remember last week I was talking about having to go to a dentist and a hospital for an MRI. So I've done all that. Nightmare. How did it go? Well, dentist, cut a long story short, you had to remove a good filling to get at another tooth, to put a filling in that, and then put the good filling back again, and then I was supposed to make a mould for a crown. 50 minutes later, and trying to kill me 2 or 3 times, because being a top molar you have to have your head right back, and the woman with the sucky thing didn't suck all the water away, and I was like drowning. I got a bit panicky actually, had to sort of sit up a couple of times, but no pain to be fair. I don't like the needle when they numb your gum, but that went fine. It was just that it was very uncomfortable. I think 50 minutes was quite a fair chunk of time to sit down there with a tube in your mouth with your trap open, so it was uncomfortable, but that's done. But he didn't normally sort of ask you to bite down and shape it so that your jaw fits, but he didn't, so I'm biting down on this side more now. I think that's adjusting itself. MRI was about 25 minutes of noise. I took a couple of earplugs, because I used to obviously use them on my motorbike, so banged them in, you put headphones on, and just had to lay down and keep your head still. I fell asleep, didn't I? So yeah, that hopefully that went okay. I think they found the brain. Should have results in about 10-14 days. What's that, Anne? Triborius wax. Is that right? 1 of 10 in the raffle. Any good? Never heard of it. Liveron Antiquing fluid. You're going above my head now. Yeah, thanks Lawn Bowler. I'm sure everything will be fine. Good with. Thanks for that, Ian. Okie dokie. Ground to halt slightly. We have 10 people, according to YouTube, on the other screen, and hopefully, well, not as the case may be, there's a couple of 3 lurkers out there. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and if you don't want to subscribe, at least give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Ha, light bulb, heavy bulb. Blimey. Digger 1's had a tooth and an MRI as well. What are the chances of that? So people, how's your day been? It's been quite hot here in sunny Suffolk. Had a guy around cutting the top out of a tree. Bought our little pool up. Got a little 10-foot, 30-inch easy up pool. That's up. Just got to get it all plumbed in with a filter and heater tomorrow. There's about 1,000 odd gallons in it, so it's, you know, not massive, but you can get in and sit in it up to your shoulders, which is cool, literally, on a hot day. Anybody see football? Yep, I tend to follow it. I've got me England flags out, and normally when I do that they get knocked out, so they'll come back in again. So this time, hopefully, I think, not wanting to go onto the football topic too much, I think as a run all game, I don't think the ref was really with it, and Tunisia he went to some sort of college to learn how to dive. Unbelievable. I mean, manhandling someone in the penalty area, no penalty for us. Blimey. Anyway, and watched most of the England match and got fed up. I did win. I mean, it was a good goal at the end. I thought that was going to be a 1-1 draw, but that got 2-1 in the end. Would rather detect concrete. Yeah. Nah, I'm not massively into it, but I will watch a bit of the World Cup. Diving is the main reason I don't really like football. Do you mean you do a lot of diving so you haven't got time for football? Or, oh, diving. I had visions of you putting a mask on and going diving. Oh my god. Sorry, yeah, diving. As in, yeah, football. Right, sorry about that. It just tickled me. I saw a clip on Facebook as a clip of a football match, and one bloke just went up to this player and went dink on his ear, and he went, oh, and he went down like he'd been shot in the head. It's a rough old game, football, you know. It's nothing like rugby or motorsport where you crash at 180 mile an hour, get up and get on your bike again. Oh dear, I'm sure they get trained to fall over. And they wouldn't normally cross the street to see football. Well, there you go. My oldest daughter started crazing me to take her to a football match. You know, we went to a couple of matches at the end of the last season. Now she's crazing again, so I'm going to have to buy a sort of, not a membership card, silver card they call it, so I can get into some more matches, because if you don't go regularly you're restricted to the matches you can and can't go. Don't know why they do that. Surely they want to put bums on seats, but there we go. Anyway, football, let's forget it, shall we? Because we're going to have our fair share of football for the next few weeks. We want to talk about tennis next. Where are we now? As with Nottingham, now Manchester, then Queens, and then Wimbledon. Right, so we digress. Anybody else? Any comments? Cleaning, preserving, storing. Nobody seems to have the drawers, what you pull out with little coin recesses in. Anybody have them? Anybody at all? Looks like we lost 2 people. We're down to 8 now, so obviously 2 people lost the will to live. Oh no, poor old Anne. I know how you feel. That I don't know whether you remember that silver coin, which was, or that Arabic or Egyptian or whatever coin it was, which was mounted in a like a life belt thing, had little twiddly bits of silver around it to replicate the rope around the life belt, and I just touched it and a bit fell off. So been in the ground for goodness knows how many years, and I come along and knock a bit off. Long bowler was going to get some draws, but keep postponing it. Dig a one. Alright, so you lost 27 of them, yeah? What a time scale on getting those back then from FLO. Ian, do you detect the beats much? No, I don't. You've been a great Yarmo. Yeah. I do take the dice when I go to up that foreign county, Norfolk. You know, up there we need your passport. But the beach where we stay is mainly stones, so it's not brilliant. I was going to take it again this year because in theory 4.1 with beach, wet and dry beach, should be an improvement on 3.2 which I had last year. But no, I don't. I can see the pros, but you know, just don't really want to find tent pegs and nails and 1p's, 2p's. Old pound coins, that's a real swine. If you find a pound coin, that's the old ones. There you go, I suppose you can take them to the bank. Plastic sealed bags and containers for each site. Right, plastic sealed bags. I see. So you keep your fines separate and write up on them where they come from and the date and everything. I haven't got plastic pockets. I've got little sort of 1.5, 2-inch square paper envelopes, so I can write on it what it is, where I found it, date and everything, and just pop it in there and then chuck it in the drawer. Oh dear, detecting jester. Try straightening a hammer the other day. Did you do the annealing, the heating and the cooling and everything else? Be very, very patient if you're going to do that. Right, I've got your link, soul searcher. Yes, yeah, probably a good idea because I can never remember half the time where the stuff comes from. Ian, visit family, Halston, do suppressions on lots of farms. Yeah, sounds good. I'm still waiting. I've got a friend of mine, school friend of mine, who's got potentially a Roman field he uses, but I can't pin him down. I've got an acquaintance with some half decent fields, but he's in for an operation. And I've got another friend which is just cut a meadow for silage, and they're away on holiday, but when they come back, I think 24th or something, so I might take a trip up there. Whether I'll be allowed to film it or not, I don't know. I haven't crossed that bridge yet, but potentially some different areas to go for myself. Digger one, that hurt you, didn't it? Poor old hammered. So, detecting jester, did you just try and bend it, as they say in Suffolk, bend it straight, or did you heat it, cool it a little bit, heat it, cool it, bend a bit, and do that? I always like new permissions. Don't get many of them, but and that one on the meadow actually broke a habit of a lifetime. I actually asked, used the voice, and I said, "Can I?" And got, "Yeah, of course you can, but we're on holiday now. Do it and come back." Fair enough, thanks. They almost cried. Yeah, a nasty split to start with. So yes, you're almost doomed when they got a split in, aren't they? Heat it first. There's a video on that. Have you seen it, where they put the coin on a upturned saucepan, get the old blowtorch out, get it hot, and then knock it. It's in a bowl, so you knock it in the water to cool down, and then take it and just give it a real gentle tweak, and then just repeat that time after time after time, and you just have to be very, very careful. I think I'd feel very wary about doing that to a hammer, because I think you've got to heat it up cherry red, so I just end up with a blob of silver. I'd end up with a blob of silver. I think you've got to get it fairly red, haven't you, or up to that temperature to anneal it, but I don't know. Link Soul Searcher, got 5 new fields to try. Lucky boy. So Digger 1, you got 4 months. That's probably pretty quick for FLO. I think my FLO was going to be down in a couple of months' time, and that would be at least 6, if not more, months when I handed the stuff in. Lawn Bowler UK, excuse me. How do you go about cleaning silver washed buttons? I don't know. I don't really go to town too much on buttons. I mean, you can be very careful with a cotton bud and a toothpick, perhaps. Take your time over it, just to bring a detail up. But I don't think I'll be too drastic with buttons. Detecting jester, yeah, the hotter the better. Get too hot, you will get a little blob of silver. Yeah, if you Google or go on YouTube and put in how to straighten silver hammers, you'd get 3 or 4 good ones, videos out there, and they all seem to work. Some involve a wooden rolling pin, not red, just a slight change of colour. Yeah. Lawn Bowler likes livery buttons. Yep, I quite like them, because you can actually research them, can't you? You can actually go on as a website or does buttons and stuff like that, and because they're all got like animals or a hand or something on it, and you can sometimes you can find out the family they were representing. So I mean, you know the story why you get livery buttons and stupid things in the middle of the field, don't you? And what's livery button? It's fairly big. It's a big button, and it'll have normally a twiddly scroll thing at the base with like a bird or a hand or something on it and it's a bit like a coat of arms. It depicts the family. They'll have their own livery buttons, and the livery buttons go on the dress coats and smart dress for servants. So you know, you see the pictures where they'll get smart and dressed up, and the big buttons are livery buttons. And why they end up in fields, I hear you ask. Why they end up in fields. Detectorist Tom, evening to you. Can I hear someone saying, why do you find livery buttons in the middle of the field? So, no, say that again. Why do you find livery buttons in the middle of the field? Why do they end up in fields? Now, funny you should ask that. It's because the clothes get burnt. They used to burn clothes, furniture, old furniture obviously, and just use the ash for like fertiliser. And they used to sling the clothes up there, burn them up, and that's where you are. You find them in the fields. That's what I was told, and I do tend to believe that, because you find drawer handles and really silly off the wall items in the middle of a 20-acre field. You think, well, why is this in the middle of this field? That's right, Anne. If you Google livery buttons, there's I can't remember the name of the website, but they list all the livery buttons. Say for argument's sake you've got a bird, eagle or something, you can click on animals, click on birds and have a look through. 9 times out of 10 you'll find it, and it'll tell you the family, where they come from. That's pretty cool. Shoddy. Right, okay, I was going to ask you about that. Bury clothing and get the moisture content right. So you learn something every day, Ian, even on this channel. That must be a miracle, actually going away learning something from here. Don't talk a lot of sense most of the time, but buttons come from night soil, yeah, I suppose they do. Spread a bit of what do you call them? What do you call that? Oh dear. The guy used to go around collecting all that at night. Honey cart. I don't know what they used to call them like your way, but down here they used to call them a honey cart. And there was a story about some old boy, him and his mate was doing this round at night, collecting all the honey up. And don't literally think that's honey. And he dropped his cheese sandwich in it, and he got it out again, and that'll be alright. Oh god. Just gloss over that one. Move on, nothing to see here. Men of the night. Honey cart. Yeah, well, that's right, yeah. You bin your buttons. I keep my livery buttons, and I'm a little bit sad. I do like buttons, and well, I keep them. I've got a big bowl of buttons, even the 4-hole buttons. If they're mashed up too much, obviously they go in the scrap, but if they're in good nick, some of them have got inscriptions on or some detail, I'll just keep them. When I'm old and grey, I might have a little circle through and have a look at buttons. Where did I hear that story? Well, that's local to me, that story. It's local to my where I was born and raised. Very funny, Anne. Flush loos. We have water as well. We have running water. Well, I used to have to go down the bottom of the garden. We've got a river down the bottom of the garden. Well, not a river, a stream, and used to have to get a bucket of water out of there. Yeah. What's a flush? Lawn bowler laid down our road has the world's largest button collection. Blimey, well, that's estimated 1 million. 500,000 buttons. I don't think I should get that mad. Yes, we used to have long drops. No, we didn't really. But my mother used to tell tales about the Bumby outside loom, and about nipping out there and seeing the fleas jump off the mat. Yeah, these people today just don't know how easy they got it. Just think, if you get up during the night and use a loo, you got to put your coat on, walk down the bottom of the garden, go, come back, and if you're ill, you'll be down up and down that garden all night. Then you got to empty it, haven't you? Lovely. Anyway, how did we get onto this subject? And 4 buttons, I don't know. You can do some really small buttons, can't you? I don't know, I've never really looked into it. Military buttons are good, yeah. Like the sort of, you get ones with cannons on, stuff like that. They are good to find. Where do I store all my stuff? Detectorist time? Well, mainly just spread across the desk next to me, because I'm not very tidy. So there's a fair bit on my desk, and I've got various containers outside. I've got a big one for scrap, and obviously all the decent stuff's safe indoors. My pride of place to my strap end. No, I don't have any real storage solutions. If you think buttons are sad, barbed wire history website. No, you're telling me fibs there. Surely there's not a barbed wire. 3,000 buttons digger one. So there's certain fields on my permission where you get nothing but buttons, and you think, well, how come? Or do they go ping and pop off when they used to work on the land, or what? Bucket and chucker. Yeah, that's the one. Get the honey cart. No, I haven't weighed any scrapping. I've got a bucket for lead, because you get a lot of lead around when I can get on the fields. So I've got a lead bucket, and then just a general rubbish bucket. But I've not weighed anything in. I can't believe your lawn bowler. Barbed wire collection. Barbedwiremuseum.com. Do I really want to look it up? I'm sure you're right. Devil's Rope. Tribute to barbed wire. Get hooked on barbed wire at the Devil's Rope Museum. Yeah, but that's not England, is that? That's Texas. Off I-40 exit 141, 142, 143 on the old Route 66. Yeehaw! Get my kicks on Route 66. A lot of buttons and hedgerows. Blimey, circle around in the hedgerows. That's normally I chuck all my scrap and rubbish. You sell ring pulls? What, the old ones where you used to bend it so you got a tab and you got the actual ring with the two inserts, and you can ping and make them go through the air. Them ones. Blimey. No, I don't melt anything down lead wise. I'm not really into making ingots. I've not got the anything hot enough to melt them down with. Digger 1's got a message retracted. A barbed wire identification encyclopedia for sale. Am I interested? No. No thanks. But kind of you offer. Oh, I've got to try. I'm competing with Love Island, am I? No, I don't think so, Tom. Let's go back to my live screen. There's 9 on at the moment. That's probably the going rate. I don't know whether metal detectorists are interested in Love Island. I'm certainly not. Oh, I see. I don't chuck any buttons. The only thing I lob in hedges, I normally take most of my scrap home. The only thing I'll lob if there's something big, I don't want to lug it around like a big bit of farm machinery or some bit of a plough or something like that. I'll just, you know, that'll go in a hedge. But anything else I just take home, dispose at home, because you're doing them a favour, aren't you, really, clearing the fields up. There you go, one's melting his lead down. You get a better price for clean lead. So you melt it down, you get all the, what they call it on top, all the rubbish. Scrape it off and you got nice clean lead. What do you melt it down in then? And what do you let it set in? We've got an ingot shaped thing. Long bowler keeps all these buttons as well. I get told off of all the rubbish I get. I normally, it doesn't quite go out of the house, it ends up in like a container or something, and I keep meaning to chuck it out, and that's not to get nagged that I chuck it out. That doesn't go right out, it goes into another little place, and then when I go to the, if I ever go to the scrapyard. Tom keeps his military ones. Non-Bowl UK. I think he meant sold. West Country Clegg Sounder toy tractor. Found or sold a toy track last week. Described it as hundreds of years old. I think I might have saw that actually. Alright, RAF buttons, have a look inside. Some of them have compasses. Oh, I see, like so get shot down, what, they twist off or flip open, or how do you get to the compass? Frogs or bricks. Oh right, I'm with you. Get a brick, pour it into there, yeah, okay, I'm with you. These Wales abroad. It's a different country, isn't it? Using the RAF and you never got a compass. Obviously you didn't go far. You unscrew the button. So if you get a nice RAF button, in theory, if you hold the eye where it attaches to the tunic, you can if you can, that should unscrew to reveal a little compass. Is that what you're saying? Right. Well, I'll keep my eyes open. I've got one or two knocking about, but I don't, because some of them are quite beat up when I get hold of them, but that's right, the eye, yeah. Yeah, well, I probably wouldn't find one if they're rare. What have we done cleaning, preserving and storing finds? Have you had enough of that? What's time? 5 to 10. Don't time fly when you're having fun. Still managed to hang on to 9 people. I'd love it if I knew how many were commenting and how many were lurking. That'd be handy. So if you're a lurker and you haven't, you know what to do. And also, if anybody hasn't at the moment, can you just give me a thumb up, please? There's 9 people. I should have 9 thumbs up. Anybody confirm I've got 9 thumbs up? I was blending in with my little man. And World War II, shot down, survived, in the middle of nowhere, but on the bottom of his shirt. I can't check it, yeah. New topic. Yeah, that's about that time of night, isn't it? So anybody got any suggestions for topic for next week? Have I thought about arranging a rally? Blimey, who the heck would come to a rally organised by me? This is me we're talking about. A person who doesn't find anything. No. I'm interested in going up to somebody else's permission and maybe doing a video with whoever, doing a bit of collaboration maybe, or arranging a get together sometime if we ever get anybody remotely interested. But we're spread all over the country, so I don't know whether we'd manage to meet up at all. Yeah, I'm up for that, Tom. If there's anybody want me to rock up with me gear, I'd be more than happy to do a bit of that if you really want to. So if you want to be associated with me, of course. Could be a disadvantage in life. Nine thumbs up, magic, great. Well, we just lost one. We've got down to 8 now, so 9's good. So yeah, topic next week. Sifter rally. Can't be sensible. Be sensible here. I see, Annie, a driver. Did you get out around the world then? Get out and about? Link soil search is only 2 hours away. Pinpointers. Did we not do pinpointers, Lawn Bowler, a week or 2 ago? Can't remember. Seems we had an argument, didn't we? Or was that the best detector? We had an argument over that as well, didn't we? Friendly, a disagreement, shall we say. So just check our time, couple of minutes. So 2 people want Sifter rally. All over England. I got a member of the family, young lad who's in I think he's RAF. I think he looks after helicopters. He get about a bit. You see a lot of Facebook stuff where he goes skiing and he gets around a bit. He's having a good time. Okay, we've got Lawn Bowler who wants pinpointers. I've got 2 people who want to discuss Sifter rally. And a CTX1. it didn't win, even with your 5 or 6 spurious YouTube accounts. I've actually got it here, that because I'm that tidy, I've still got the rubbish. The CTX is at the top, and I think the Dia still won by about 2. I think the CTX got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. Dia's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry, Dia still beat you by 1. So unfortunately. Detecting Jester. I heard iDetect has chucked his wings in. What do you mean, chucked his wings in? This could be the next best thing. What, Sifter rally? I've got no one. I've got no ground to take anybody onto. Not for a rally anyway. You want a recount? Well, this is official. This is. Dia's pipped you by 1. And you drag your carcass down to Suffolk. You'll need a passport, a current passport, so make sure you got a passport. They twist off. What? Digger 1, they twist off. Oh. Got to scroll back on this. What do they twist off? Aluminium foil has made me look like a tin man. We're not supposed to wear a tin foil, lawn bowler. I detect becoming a barber. Am I missing something here? Have you been drinking? Surely Harry's not jacking on all these detecting videos then, surely. Becoming a barber. Spoilers. I reckon lawn bowler's sitting in his kitchen with all his sulfuric acid smell, and all his hair is going to drop out, and his fingers are black, and the coin is just like a little round disc now, no detail on it. Oh dear. You think we're mad? Oh man, you got to have a laugh, haven't you, Anne? Lawn bowler, not much of my fingers left. You shouldn't rub that hard. My fingerprint is completely worn off. If you do them on all your fingers, then you'd be okay to do a bit of break and entrance, because you don't have to wear gloves. Anyway, gone 10 o'clock, people. We've got pinpointers for next week's topic, and some complete lunatics have suggested Sifter rally. So we'll probably go for pinpointers. Unless I get persuaded otherwise. So I'm going to wind it up. Thanks for everybody for turning out tonight. Thank you very much for company, much appreciated, and I really do enjoy your company. It does make me laugh, some of the comments and questions and stuff we have. It's a good laugh. So I'd like to say good evening to everybody and have a happy remainder. iDetect's working in a Turkish barbers. You can't make. I'm sure Harry can make money if he's got that many subscribers and that. Surely there's no hope for me then if Harry can't do it. Good idea. Thanks for the advice. I'll need everyone's address in that case. Good night, Anne. At least we have fun on the channel. Yes, yeah. As I said on the videos, we try and stick to the topic, but we normally drift off and we just have a bit of a laugh, and that's what it's all about. Tom Nunn, catch you next week. If Sifter rally, so you're bribing me if I'm not going to talk about Sifter rally. You won't know, will you, till you come on what I've chosen. But I'll respect your wishes, and that'll be one of the other. So it's good night from me. Good night to you. It's taking over his life, yeah. Detecting Jester, that it does that. I struggle to get 2 videos out a week with other commitments. You know, you see some videos where you've got to bang out 3, 4, videos a week. I just can't do it and not keep the content and the quality up. Yeah, thanks for the comment, Ian. Great show. Good night to you. No problem, Lawn Bowler. And I'll say good night to you. I shall reach over and get the mouse. If I can remember how to turn it off, because there's different software, I'm going to click this button here, and I bid you a good evening. We'll see you next week. If there's any lurkers on and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Click the subscription button and the bell, you know the score, and we'll see you next week at 9 o'clock Wednesday via YouTube UK time. Thanks for your company, and I was just reading the last comments, and the last one was from Lawn Bowler UK, and it's good night for him, and it's good night from